Hi, how are you? And welcome to GENO'S Picks, presented by the SBRforum.com. Yeah, Cynthia, you like that graphic? All right, I know we had another rough week last week going 1-4, and we are currently at 37% against the spread, 26-44, but I got a strong finish lined up for you people, and I love that you keep coming back, people, so we'll get to the picks. But first, you know what really grinds my gears? All the content I put out for all you people, and you better be following me. Every day I do an article for these people, my good friends at the SBRforum.com, who are nice enough to have me on there. And if you're not doing it yet, people, follow me at GENO'S Picks, GENO'S PICKS, so you can get live updates of scores, my insights on jokes, my fun little nickname like Eric, I'm not blackened Decker. Yeah, you don't get that on PTI or Around the Horn. Come on, people. And most importantly, had you been following me on the daily feed at SBRforum.com or just my blog there, you'd have seen that last night my first pick was Cleveland getting 14. Why? Because as I said in the video, it's tough to win the divisional game, right? And on top of that, the Steelers were only coming off 4 days rest. The Cleveland Browns, anyone who saw them get pasted by Baltimore last Sunday knows they were coming off 11 days rest because they didn't show up then. That's my first pick. Let's get to the ones for this weekend. All right. The Denver Broncos are giving 3.5 to the Chicago Bears in Denver. People, what can you say about Tim Tebow? Since he's been handed the reins of the Broncos, all he has done, and handed the reins reluctantly by John Fox, all he has done is taken the worst team in the AFC West and given them the division lead. And I'll tell you, I think they're on the inside track for the playoffs. What can you say about the other quarterback, Caleb Haney? All he's done since he's been handed the reins of the Bears is taken them from the NFC's best shot to beat Green Bay to an NFC long shot for the playoffs. And you got to admit, it's not completely his fault because the injury bug has been plaguing Chicago for the past few weeks. And last week, they lost Matt Forte percent of the Bears offense with a grade 2 MCL sprain. Ironically, that's not the first time Matt Forte has had big problems with a grade 2. Yeah, but let's face it, people. Haney and the Bears' offense looked woeful against the Chiefs, and I think Denver has a really strong defense. So this week, I look for Marion Barber filling in for Forte to just get pounded as he gets stuffed by the mile-high defense. And when they have to throw the ball, I see Caleb Haney missing his receivers by a mile like he's high. I just don't think they're that good. And what can you say on the other side of the ball? There's a little guy named Tim Tebow, and he gets better every week. Last week, he took it to the next level, throwing 2 touchdown passes and throwing for over 200 yards. And this week, I think the next step in the evolution of Tim Tebow is him flat out beating a team. And I think they win this game by more than 3.5 because going with Tim Tebow is like going with a high-priced hooker. Every time you put the ball in their hands, they do amazing things you never saw coming. But at the very end, when you trust them, this is what's going to happen. You're going to be holding a big wad of money while they're saying, Jesus Christ. Yeah, people, go with Tebow, go with God, go with the Broncos, lay the 3.5. My next pick, the Dallas Cowboys are giving 3 to the New York Football Giants in Dallas. What does logic tell you? Logic tells you that the New York Giants nearly gave the Packers their first loss last week, came within 58 seconds. Logic tells you that the Arizona Cardinals beat the Cowboys in Arizona last week. The Cowboys look like crap. Logic tells you, take the Giants, right? No. Because everything in the NFL is all topsy-turvy this year, especially in the NFC East. And being a fan of any NFC East team is like dating that crazy hot chick. You never know which version is going to show up each week, but one thing you can be sure of is every other week, you're going to get screwed in amazing new ways. Yeah, the Giants seem like the bet, but I don't think they are. Let's look at it. The Giants have lost their last 4 or 5 games. The Cowboys never play well historically in Arizona. And you've got to realize one thing. Tony Romo is not Rolando McClain. Romo knows how to use his weapons properly. Tony Romo gets Miles Austin back this week, or as I like to call him, his security blanket. That'll help Romo pass more confidently when he's not handing the ball off to the NFL's next big thing, DeMarco Murray. People, I like the Cowboys in this. Take Dallas, lay the field goal. Which brings me to my lock of the week. That's right, we already did Cleveland. You got to focus. GENO'Spicks.com. Podcast is up. My lock of the week, San Francisco 49ers are giving 4 to the Cardinals at Arizona. All right, I know. The Cardinals are coming off that big win against Dallas. Are they? Because that win wasn't the result of any incredible coaching Ken Wisenhunt did. That win was because of the incredulous coaching by Jason Garrett. Most of the plays he called rhyme with the word hunt. Do you understand? He played that game not to lose. Universe doesn't understand the word not. So the universe heard him say, I want to lose this game. your wish granted. But let me tell you, anyone that thinks playing the Cowboys is like playing the 49ers defense, you're wrong. And everyone's like, well, 49ers are due for a big letdown because they just beat the Rams, pasted them 26-0 in winning the NFC West. Right. So the Cards are going to do great. The Cards didn't even do great against Dallas. If you take away the 80 yards in OT, they combined for 247 yards in regulation. Trust me, this game will finish in regulation. And anyone that thinks the 49ers are going to not go as hard because of all the stuff they just did, let me tell you, that's not a reason to not bet a game. That's an excuse a coke addict makes to a hooker. Yeah, I'm not going to go as hard because I just did all this stuff. No, people, let me tell you, even the coke addict that can't go as hard, he goes twice as angry. So will the 49ers, people. Take the Niners, lay the 4. That's my lock of the week. Which brings me to my double your money Monday night bet. I guess I can't do it because there's still no line. I think Seattle wins by 7. But people, if you want the pick, if you want the joke, if you want daily fun stuff, and I'm back in the studio next week, you got to go to my Twitter page at GENO'S Picks for that pick. Those are the picks. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.